Hello, good morning everybody, and you are very welcome to this video about how to get nice, sharp, crisp edges on your lawn. Now this video is going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about how you originally set up your edges to be nice and crisp and to have that trench that is so instrumental in maintaining the edges. And then for the second part of the video, we're going to talk about how to maintain those edges. So one thing I find on YouTube is that there are a lot of videos out there telling you how to cut edges, but there are very few on telling you how to maintain those edges once you've cut them, because you don't want to be cutting them every year. Oh no, I know the general information is that you should recut your edges every year, but that's far too much work for me. So let's have a look at how I do it. If you're new to the channel, I'm Rachel from Douentza Garden in Ireland, and I garden here on an acre site, which is roughly a half hectare. And I've been making videos for a while, and one thing that people notice when I do the garden tour videos is my crisp edges. I do my best, folks. I always feel that nice, soft, loose planting is best shown off by straight, crisp edges, or even curvy, crisp edges. Not everybody believes that, but probably if you're watching this video, it's because you also want to have those kind of straight edges. Now, it took me some time to get to the bottom of how best to set up and maintain my edges, because if you have to cut your edges every single year, it's a hell of a lot of work. And actually, I have found that you don't need to, but I jump too far forward. I think what we had better do is, for the first part of this video, we're going to talk about how to set up those edges with a nice trench between where the grass leaves off and the flower bed begins, and then we'll talk about how to maintain them going forward. And before we kick off, I just want to show you the tools I'm going to use in this video, and the ones that I use already in my garden. So first off, for cutting the edges in the first place, I use a half moon edger, which is this guy here. And as you can see, it cuts very easily through grass. But if you don't have a half moon edger, you can just use a spade. Any spade that has a straight edge to it works really, really well. That's all you need to get going. But then for ongoing maintenance, you're going to need something like a long handled shears. And I mean, there are machines you can use that will cut edges, but I find the long handled shears is really the guy to maintain edges with the minimum of work. And here we are at my newly planted flower bed. So this is a flower bed that went down last year. It's never been edged, and we're going to edge it today. And the thing about beds that have never been edged, besides the fact that they're very messy, is that the level of the soil is the same as the level of the grass. So you can see here how the soil just leads into the grass, and of course that makes it very difficult to maintain, because grass does grow horizontally and it's a great spreader and it wants to get in there and just expand. So to cut this bed, what I'm going to do is take my half moon edger and just cut all the way around. Now, if you don't trust yourself to cut the bed freehand, you can always take a hose and just place it around the edge of the bed in the shape that you want the bed to be, and then you cut along the hose. A very handy technique. We'll get on to beds with straight lines in just a minute. It's a good idea to start cutting about 2 inches out from the edge of the bed, and the reason for that is if you try and go too close, then your spade or your edger is going to be slipping all the time and you're not going to end up with a nice edge. So let's go about 2 inches out and start cutting. Press your foot right down as I move along, I'm going to take the opportunity here at the corner to just round it off a little bit better. Of course, if you make a mistake, you can just fix it, because even though you've cut the grass, it doesn't mean you have to take up the grass where you cut. You can just recut slightly further out, slightly further in. Just be careful as you go around the curves that they are the shape that you want. And if they're not, just fix it. Now is the time to fix it. And of course, if you don't realise until afterwards when you've taken up the grass, you can always fix the grass at a later stage. And I did make a video before on how to fix grass or repair grass, which I'll link to at the end of this video. There we go, we've gone all the way around. The next step, of course, is to lift up this grass, which should come up quite easily, making sure to take any weed roots out with it. And of course, the edges of beds are great places for weeds to hide before they romp away in among your fantastic flowers. And the good news is that this bit here, this is the hardest and heaviest bit of work that you have to do for your lawn edging. Yes, you might have to do the other jobs more frequently, but this is the heaviest bit out of the way now. Of course, if you've anything like scotch grass going into your border, now is a good time to get it out. Now, the next thing that I like to do is to use a little rake to just make the ridge more pronounced. So we have now the grass coming like this and a ridge, but we want to make that more pronounced by moving the soil out, because as I worked, soil fell down. It'll do that. We want to move the soil into the centre of the border. And it's no harm to just do a little rake along the side like that, getting any remaining weeds and moving that soil right in there. Now, the reason for making this ridge or trench as pronounced as possible will become evident when I talk about maintenance of edges in just a few moments. And in fact, what I do is I incorporate this technique into my weeding process. So every time I weed a bed, I take my little rake and I scrape the soil away from the edges and into the centre of the bed to make the trench as pronounced as possible. And there we go, all done. But you're probably asking yourself what to do if you have a border that needs a really straight line. And that's when pegs and string come into play. Let me show you. And here I have some tent pegs and some string. And if you don't have tent pegs, you can just make a little peg out of some wood. And behind me we have a border beside my greenhouse, which is very messy, has a straight line and needs some work. So we're going to put in the tent pegs. Just pull the string taut and put it in the ground. And then you just cut along the string. Well, you've just cut the edges of your borders. Everything looks fantastic and will continue to look fantastic for about a week. And then, of course, the grass needs to be mowed. Well, grass not only grows up, it also grows horizontally. And that means it's growing into your borders. It's growing out of where the grass is and into the borders. And at first it just kind of hangs there, and then it falls down, and then it grows into the border. You can address that with weeding. But unfortunately, that horizontal grass growth is going to mess up your edges. So what you really need to do is every time you mow, that means every time the grass has grown a little bit, you also need to snip the edges with the long handled shears. Now, there are various gadgets out there for doing edges. There are ones where you need to go down on your hands and knees. There are mechanical ones, some of which I've seen and seem to work really well, but I prefer the long handled shears. And the reason for that is that I don't have to bend down. So you take this and you go to your border and just start snipping. And here's my border. As you can see, it's looking a bit scruffy. We've got grass growing in horizontally. We've got weeds growing up and in, and generally it doesn't have a nice neat edge anymore. So this is where the shears comes into play. Make sure it's oiled, make sure it's sharp, and press it flat against the edge of the edge of the edge, and then snip, snip, snip. Now the shears isn't going to get the grass at the edge that grows upwards, that grows vertically. It's only going to get the stuff that's sticking out horizontally. So you can see what happens. The grass falls down and sits there, and I usually just leave it. I just push it into the border a little bit so we can see that I've got everything. I've cut everything all the way down. And if you leave that grass to sit there, usually by the next day it's kind of a little bit brown and doesn't look so unsightly anymore. Of course, if you really want a polished look, you could go around and collect up that grass either with a leaf sucker or a leaf blower or by hand, but I don't usually bother. The trick is to cut your edges the day before people come, and when you're cutting, make sure to hold the shears vertically. You don't want to hold it a little bit horizontal, otherwise you might end up shaving the top of the ridge on your grass, and you don't want that, because if you shave the top then you're going to have a brown patch. And further, in terms of maintenance, you've probably looked online, you've probably found that people recommend that you recut your edges every year. That's the whole malarkey with the half moon edger or the spade. Cutting the edge, taking out the sods, transporting them away, raking up the sides. Well, that's a lot of work, and I have found that generally speaking you don't need to do it every year. Now there are certain places in my garden where I have a very straight line, and even there I don't actually recut it every year. You can see over here in the West Garden how these parallel lines could do with a recut because they're a little bit wonky in the middle, but actually I've decided for this year that it's good enough, and maybe next year I'll look at recutting them. This is in fact the third year that I have continued with the edges that I cut 3 years ago, so they do last. But you can judge it on an individual basis. So some places are harder to cut than others. In some areas you'll manage to get a deeper ridge than in others. Tree roots can wreak havoc and practically make it impossible to have a neat edge. But in a lot of places you can have quite a neat one and can do it with less work than is generally advertised. So anyway, that's my video on how to, let's put that down, on how to cut my edges, my lawn edges, how I do it in any case, and how to maintain it going forward, because I do feel that the information on maintaining going forward tends to be lacking on the internet. Everybody imagines that we're going to be out there every year with that half moon edger just doing all that work, when in fact, generally speaking, it is not completely necessary. I would just like to say as well, I'm not being sponsored by any tool makers for this particular video. So if you saw a brand or a make on one of the tools that I used, that's because it's one I bought and it's the one I use. And that, I guess, brings me to the end of this video on lawns, perhaps the most boring subject of all when it comes to a garden. But even though grass is boring, I always feel that if you have a neat lawn with neat edges, it does show off your plants and your beautiful flowers to best advantage. Hope you found the video useful, and if you did, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and I guess I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!